is now live. All right, so welcome to the broadcast once again. So you said that you use IT and you use the student IT desk at your school?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a middle school eighth grade teacher, and I've been given like sort of a special dispensation this year to get out during some periods to work with students with tech because we don't have a tech integration specialist. So the beginning of the year we started with Google Apps in Education, and we decided that we would create some sort of student help desk, and we're working in coordination with Burlington, Mass, which had one of the first student help desks in the country. So we're using them as sort of a resource. It's interesting because we're starting at the middle school, whereas our high school is not doing it. So we're like a district where the middle school is really leading the charge in technology and education. Right now it's really challenging because I have 12 students in various grades. It's not a class where we help out with teachers and to fix things and to support teachers and students. So we have to do it during like the study hall period. And it's interesting coordinating between all the different grades because everybody has a different schedule, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So it's in the works, and I'm tweaking it all the year, and I'm working with our IT department, so that's also an interesting new relationship. So,
Absolutely. That sounds really cool. So what kind of projects are you guys working on?
well, we currently are working on having students create tutorials for different. We have iPads now, and we have Chromebooks possibly coming up. So we're creating tutorials for the Google Apps, for the different apps on the iPad. We're having students go into teachers' classrooms and help them set up iPad carts in their classrooms and teach teachers how to do that. We also have students, just learning general troubleshooting techniques so they can go in, they can help teachers during teachers' free periods. But again, since it's not a class, we're limited to like this 25-minute block every day, which is like the most frustrating thing in the world, especially if some teachers don't let their students out on time, and I'm sitting there waiting for the students to come to help out, and by the time they get there, it's like a 10-minute block, and so we're struggling a little bit to make it work, but I mean, I'm not giving up, obviously.
I got you. So like how many kids would you say that you have involved in there?
I currently have 12 students, and we did like a selection process, and we had them do some troubleshooting and see which students were really passionate about being the inaugural team, and other students are interested in it, ready for next year. So we had a day summit where we brought all the students together, and we did like a whole training thing with them, and team builders, and learning how to work with people, and learning how to work with teachers, and it's been really fulfilling so far. And I've been working with one of the IT tech support staff from the IT department, so it's sort of been a true like ed tech coordination between IT and the classroom.
That is super cool. That sounds really, really cool.
What are you
Yeah.
involved with the student help desk?
Well, we started this year. Like, I'm the tech liaison over at our school, so I kind of spearhead a lot of the tech stuff. And the kids approached me. They wanted to do like a Minecraft club, and I was totally for that. But in the meantime, I noticed that they were like particularly technically savvy in troubleshooting things. So I tried to go ahead and use their strengths in those areas as well. And they go around and they help teachers with troubleshooting things like smart boards and creating websites. We just did a Wix tutorial on that, and I just gave them badges and then motto, and I had them listed as Wix certified. So we made a big deal out of it, put it on the announcement that these are students who are Wix certified and they can help you build your website. So it's been really cool.
And when do you work with the students?
We usually get together on B-Day Tuesdays at lunchtime. So it's not a whole lot of time, but most of the stuff that they do, then I have them do it like at home or whatever and bring their finished product. So they're working on websites, and we're going to do that as a fundraiser for the school because we're going to have parents come in and have the kids help them set up their own websites. So that should get us money for the yearbook. So.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And what type of, like, are these are students that on their own they've learned how to do everything and sort of just given them the opportunity to apply what they know? Is that what you're experiencing, or?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like in terms of them coming to school knowing how to do a lot of things, it's crazy. Like one of them, her mother is a computer engineer, so she already knows a lot. So
Right.
we did like a little pre-survey at the beginning of our school year. Like, what are the things that you're interested in? What are the things that you're good at? And we kind of differentiated the different tasks. Like one kid's a Mac person, one kid is like a PC. One kid is like great at, a lot of different things. So we just kind of spread it out. So we have one genius for each area. So it's pretty cool.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. So like what else do you guys see yourself doing? What other projects do y'all have going on for the rest of the year?
I mean, the real goal I have for this group, along with our principal, is that it becomes a student really focused support for the entire school, whereas they're the recognized technology experts for our building, rather than me or an IT person having to come in. So really working on how do we foster a community in our school where students really own the learning and students really own the control over technology. And there's really, I mean, in my district at least, I have a lot of support for this because we're sort of the pilot school, and our principal is very gung ho about students coming first, and it's a great place to be. But because it's a great place to be, there's so many different directions to go, which makes it all the more challenging. Because at one level, I don't want to let down all the people that are counting sort of on me to fulfill what the needs of the school are, because obviously, budgets are low. They're not really willing to hire a technology integration specialist. And obviously, I'd love to do that full time in my building because that's really my passion at this point. I'm waiting around, hoping that position is going to open up. We're building a new school in the next 3 years, so
Nice.
state of the art everything. And that's sort of where this impetus came from. That we had to, get on the bandwagon because in our district for a long time we sort of fell short of being on the technology bandwagon. But we've come a long way in the past maybe 2-3 years. But in terms of students, I'm experiencing, at least the middle school level, students are coming with a lot of passion and a lot of interest, but not a lot of know-how. And that's what I got getting really frustrated with is that, everybody says, oh, let the students figure out things on their own and they'll figure it out, and they know more than they let on. And I've tried that now for about the first 4 months of school, and I'm noticing that they're struggling to the point where it would be quicker for me to do it. Obviously, I'm going to let them struggle with it and learn from that failure, but it's not as straightforward as I expected it to be with talking to my computer teachers at the school and talking with other teachers about what students should be capable of.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. What do you think that they struggle with the most?
I mean, besides the interpersonal skills, working with other people, I think they struggle really with, like, a lot of the applications that we use, and maybe that's a problem in our school, and a lot of the applications we use, they're not used to. So if I said to them, create a social media marketing campaign with Facebook, they're all over that, And when we're doing stuff with social media to advertise what we do, and that they're really good at. They really understand the concept of using Twitter and Facebook and using Pinterest boards to get information and even organizing things on Evernote and so on. But in terms of, we're at the point where we need them to be able to go into a classroom and almost give teachers suggestions how to use Google Apps in a useful way to promote learning. And I feel bad because I want to say to them, what do you mean you don't know how to use? What do you mean you don't know how to be a teacher and use technology in the classroom? But obviously, I'm hoping that they can intuitively pick up on things that would enhance their own learning. But I'm not finding that. I'm not finding them seeing the connection between the sort of the business use of Google Apps and the educational use and how those connect.
Right, that's true.
So
That's true. So do y'all so you all have Google Apps for Education in your district?
we do, yeah. We started it for students this year. I love it. I mean, I'm using it in my classroom now. I think I'm trying to go paperless in the next
Yes.
couple of years, so I think it's made a huge difference. And in terms of education, the kids easily can adapt to it. They love Drive. the fact they can go to any computer, they can open up Chrome, they can have it stylized to their needs, and um, I'm almost trying to get our students to spread the passion about it that I have to other teachers so they can be as passionate about it. Because I feel like so many teachers think of it as just something else.
Right,
And
right,
it's frustrating to me because we're actually a very young school, so I can't say it's, we're an older school where teachers have done things a certain way for so long that they don't want to change. It's a lot of teachers are in their 30s and 40s, and they're very hesitant to change. So on the one hand, we have a lot of teachers who are supportive. On the other hand, we have a lot of teachers who I hate to see the use technology denied to some students because teachers are unwilling to even try it. They're willing to see the value of it. So I feel like coming from both uh, teachers and from students in combination, I think will help more faculty to understand the value of using some of the technology in their classroom.
right.
So I think that's sort of like sort of a vision statement. I feel like for the student help desk that it's almost more marketing than education of teachers. Of just getting people understanding the value and seeing why it's not just something else. You
Right.
know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, to definitely hop on board because I can sense the frustration and I understand where some of these teachers are coming from. They feel that things are just changing so fast and nothing
Mhm.
really sticks. But I mean, it's all positive. Like right now I think that this is like one of the best times to be a teacher, barring legislation.
Right, right.
But
Yeah, yeah.
but in terms of technology, the kind of technology that we have available, I love it. And I mean, just to bring it back around to students, like, you familiar with Prensky with the digital natives and immigrants and all that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I think that it's really important to capitalize on the power of the students, their
Mhm.
strengths. So I think that it's a really good thing. I wasn't even aware that the movement was so big, across the country in
Right,
terms
right,
of
right.
student help desk. Like I thought we were doing something original, but no, I mean it's just fantastic. All of the things, all of the different movements that are just sweeping the country right now. I'm just impressed. Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
I think another good use of the student help desk is especially for parent buy-in. Whereas when parents start to see students, I almost look at it like I see a lot of parents who look at us using technology as like a show, but when you put it in the hands of students, and then you see how they can apply it to an actual to their life, in
yeah,
their job, their college readiness, just communication with each other, and how it enhances their learning and enhances just their skills in general. They leave school with more than just rote memorization type things. And I think a lot of parents are on board with that, but they need to see it instead of us just talking about what students are capable of. They need to actually see what students are doing. So I'm envisioning also having like parent nights where not just the student help desk, but other students are doing like a technology fair where they're demonstrating what they're doing in the classroom, and it's all student led and all student um, driven, almost like a steering committee for technology. Because I think the more power we can give to students, the more we can empower them to show what they can do. I think we get more buy-in from the community, from the parents, from the school district.
yeah, yeah.
So
Totally agree with you. Like, first quarter when we had parent conference day, then
yeah,
we had like the students do haiku deck presentations about what
awesome.
they learned, and like the parents, they were just pretty amazed by that. So, I mean, it's great to show them, what the kids can do with the tech, like you said.
I love Haiku Deck personally.
Yeah,
It just blows me away how easy it is to use and what the finished product looks like. And
right.
students feel the same way. Like even as a ticket out in a classroom, just do a 5-slide haiku deck. Uh, it's great. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I read somewhere that that's a trend now in PD that people are definitely getting away from the PowerPoint, but it's more about like the images and less text on the slides. So I think
right.
that yeah, it really lends itself to that. So that's really awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, infographics too. Love those.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it because every time I see an infographic that I like, I see one that's like, well, I didn't really need to see that in, and it's like I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling to get to the bottom of it. So, but it's definitely an awesome way of visualizing data, and I think especially for math curriculum, I think infographics could be really if students can make infographics to represent data that they collect in science and math, I think that's a really great way to get visual learners interested in math and science.
Right. I love that idea. Love that idea. Like it's so. I mean, for me, it's challenging because I'm so not artistic. Like I tried to
Right.
make one to accompany a blog post like on New Year's, and I just wasted like 4 hours because everything just looked insane on the page. So it's crazy.
But some kids are just so intuitive with the visual design. It's not a problem for them. What is
That
Haiku Deck?
yeah. Haiku deck. All right. Did you want to take that one, or you want me to take it?
Why don't you take it as the moderator?
Okay. Well, basically, Haiku Deck. It's if you go to haikudeck.com, then what it is, it's like presentation. It's presentation material. It's like an app. You can get it on your iPad, and you can set it up. It's they have these nice images, and then you can put like images and words on the slide, but it's very minimalist in terms of the words. It's more about the visuals, and it's really a user-friendly way to present. Is there anything that you wanted to add to that, Jared?
I was going to just say it's like take the elements of PowerPoint that you like, where you have bits of information a little bit at a time, but make it seem like it's professional, as if somebody spent hundreds of hours putting together this presentation, as it was done in like a studio in a professional studio for design. And students just feel such empowerment when they make it because it looks just so good and clean, and not only is it good to watch, it's also a good feeling when you make that final end product.
Yeah, definitely. And they just they just open it up so that you can edit your presentations online. It used to be like strictly for the iPad, but now you can move stuff around online. It's really cool. Haven't really played with all those functions yet, but yeah, it's cool. I just clicked the done button on that. so that yeah, I love Hangouts, by the way. It's so awesome.
I do have to admit that a hangout with only 2 people is so much better in a sense because you're not flopping between 6 different screens, and if somebody coughs, it goes to their picture, and then if somebody yawns, it goes to their picture, and
right. Motion sickness.
So I will say that was better, but
yeah.
So any New Year's resolutions for technology at your school?
New Year's resolution?
Or personal use of technology, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty much I just started up my website like a couple weeks ago. So from there I've been doing like different tutorials and things of that nature. So it's just been really, really good, with Hangout and everything. What about you?
I'm planning on blogging once a week. That's my absolute after Sun Chat. I've started to do Sun Chat more and more. So after Sun Chat, Tweet Chat, I'm going to do my blogging, and primarily focused on technology, even though it could be anything related to my classroom. But that's my goal this year, because I know a lot of people, they keep telling me, you talk a lot about things, but you don't write it down. And I said, oh, okay, you know what? I have to commit to it. So just like anything else, just like going to the gym, I have to commit to blogging.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I know it's going to be great. You got to tweet me that link. It looks like we have a couple questions that popped up over here. So the first one is, does it limit the number of slides, and is this something that could be used to put a portfolio together? So you want to take that one?
Can you upload pages into the Haiku Deck? Pages as in the program pages or web pages?
Yeah, if you could go ahead and clarify that for us, Sina. But the first question, if it limits the number of slides, I think it's unlimited. I've done presentations with like 30 some slides, and you could definitely put portfolios together with it. So yeah. But if you could just clarify the second question for us about uploading pages.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think it limits the number of slides.
Yeah. Good thing is that it can be huge. The only downside I would say is that I'm not able to integrate the links that well into it. like I know that there's a way to do it, but it's just not very user friendly. So I want to be able to do like clickable links. It says something about doing it in the notes
Right.
section. Yeah, but
It has more visual appeal than it does as an interactive. It's not something I would post like on a website for almost a tutorial. It would be more something I would use as a in-person presentation as my visuals.
yeah,
Just to help along the presentation or whatnot.
absolutely. Like when I see it, I think of Steve Jobs.
Yes, or a TED Talk.
Right,
If I
absolutely.
was going to do a TED Talk, I'd use Haiku Deck.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just used it in a presentation I was doing with some high schoolers for Media Day just to tell my story, but
Hmm.
in terms of like videos and stuff, that I wasn't able to like integrate them in that. Oh, she says, I guess I mean documents like essays or samples of written work. For that, I don't. I mean, there is supposed to be a way where you can put like a clickable link in there,
Right. It
but
goes back to the same thing you were saying before, that it's possible, but it's not so much user friendly at this point.
right.
That's how I would argue it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that they can work on in upcoming versions. But yeah, it looks like we're getting close at 2 o'clock mark. So I'm not sure if they want us to end at 2 or go a little longer. Let me just check their little
Oh no, I think I heard them say 2 o'clock because it was supposed to
2 o'clock.
originally end at 1:30.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so I wanted to thank you again for coming through and sharing your knowledge, blessing us with your information about the student IT desk. Really great stuff there, and
It was great to meet you in person. Well, as in person as it can be, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Great to meet you too, and we'll definitely keep in touch on Twitter.
definitely.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this broadcast. So see you later on.
All right, take care, Sarah.
All right, you too, Jared. Bye bye.